David Kaplan with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update. Red Sox kicked off summer trading season. They acquired all-star pitcher Drew Pomeranz from the Padres on the other side of town. White Sox called up last year's first-round pick. Pitcher Carson Fulmer will be part of their bullpen, and they've activated Justin Morneau to the active roster. Remember, join me and Holly, Todd Hollingsworth, for Cubs post-game live after the ballgame. Now back to the confines. Here's Len and JD.
All right, Cap, thank you. Cubs batting in the fifth, already leading 1-0. The guy who gave them the lead, Javier Baez, will lead it off.
Yeah, just 4 hits in the game, 2 aside. The Cubs' 2 hits came in that second. A Russell double, Baez single.
And he's out. Chirinos pounced on it.
July 20th, sit ringside with Joe Madden and Cub players and enjoy amateur boxing for a great cause. Wear your suit, wear your sneakers, enjoy premium food and liquor, scotch tastings, and bid on great auction items. Held downtown in the historic Wintrust Bank building, this is sure to be a fun night for all. For details and to buy tickets, visit Cubs.com/Madden.
Chatting with his starting pitcher. He's now on deck. A strike to Almora. Belated birthday wishes. Number 71, Richard Burke, Cub fan in Clearwater, Florida. One hit hard and foul.
Yeah, and Herb and Molly DeShays. My dad and my daughter share a birthday over the break on the 13th.
My dad yesterday had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Joe Casper. George Thatcher turned 100 on July 9th. That was on Saturday. Beltre booted it.
Just the 4th error committed by Beltre this year. We'll turn to look at the replay on the big video board to see exactly what awry there.
That will bring up the pitcher Hendricks. And a nice note from Marilyn Flores. Always good to hear from Marilyn. Also birthday wishes go out to Sarah Louisa. To bunt or not to bunt? Always a question. In this spot, for most National League teams, it's always 99% of the time here would be yes, pitcher bunts. Not always the case with the Cubs, especially early in the count.
Yeah, they're going to throw over again here. One to chase Almora back, and 2 to see if Hendricks will tip his hand as to whether he's actually going to put down a bunt. Watch to see if he starts to slide that hand up the bat.
A big rip at a high pitch. Fouled it away.
And that's what you're looking for there if you're Joe Madden. You don't want him feeling for the ball, hitting it in a little inning-ending double play. If you're going to turn you loose, go ahead and try to drive one into the outfield. If that doesn't pan out, then maybe we'll go down to sacrifice.
There's the bunt by Hendricks. 2-3 as he gets Almora to second.
Yeah, and that's good execution here by Hendricks. Don't have to be fine in this situation. Getting it out in front of home plate, get it out there away from the catcher a little bit where he has to travel some to make the play.
Zobrist with 2 outs.
Perez staying in character. He's only struck out one.
Foul strike. It's 0-2.
Came into the start having struck out 11% of batters faced. It's very low for a major league starting pitcher. And he's walked 10%. So it's one thing if you're not going to strike a lot of people out. If you're a pitch to contact guy, to have success, you would anticipate a very low walk rate. That hasn't been the case with Perez. Despite that, he's got a winning record and a 3.85 ERA in the American League, especially in his home ballpark, is pretty darn good.
Compared to Ron Guidry around the time he signed with Texas out of Venezuela, 2007. Somebody gave him the nickname the Venezuelan Gator. Yank foul to left. You see a little
well, I don't. I'll watch more closely.
Guanare, Venezuela, where his mom, not his dad, got him into baseball. The team was 9 years old.
Guanare Lightning. Guidry had that power slider, that back foot slider.
1-2. Mentioned it. Yu Darvish is back tomorrow. Tommy John surgery, came back. Made 3 starts and then went to the DL with a shoulder issue. Backhanded play, Andrews. And he gets Zobrist to end the inning. We go to the 6th. 1-0 Cubs.
You hear that? That's the sound of our summer sale firing up its engines, with fares as low as $69 one way. So get ready to take off, because sale prices as low as these don't happen every day. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency.
What if one day everything just stopped going wrong?
Have a good day, hon.
No more accidents. No more disasters. Where would State Farm be? Here to help with college. Here for that first car. And here for new beginnings. Because in a world where nothing went wrong, your State Farm agent will still be right here. Helping make life go completely right.
Honda knows that excitement comes in many forms. Like impressive acceleration when you're alone on the road. Or the confidence of advanced technology that helps look out for you when you're not. It's why the CR-V has available collision mitigation braking systems to help avoid crashes before they happen. Nothing compares to a Honda. The Honda CR-V, the best-selling SUV in America.
Tomorrow, East meets West as the Men in Red invade North Texas to face FC Dallas. Watch them go for the goal in this can't-miss primetime matchup. Fire at FC Dallas, tomorrow at 7:30 on CSN+.
Welcome back, Cub fans. Show your team pride with Cubs checking and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. Hey, we were rattling off birthdays earlier. Mike Shannon, 77 today.
Happy birthday to voice of the Cardinals, Tom Otis Hellman, celebrating a birthday today.
Otis, really? Oh, man.
Cubs fine clubhouse manager.
I would have bought you a cake, Otis, had I known.
Really? Desmond grounds out to Russell.
Tootin'. I would have gotten some from Marie Antoinette last night. At the dinner, it was Bastille Day yesterday.
Right.
And I didn't know that anybody really celebrated Bastille Day, but we went to this bistro, and sure enough, the French flags hanging all over, and this lady was dressed up like Marie Antoinette, passing out pieces of cake.
There's Mazzara. Ball one. Overcast all day, but we've remained dry. That is a strike. 1-1.
There's a little more ripple in the flags now than there was earlier. According to Baseball Reference, Mazzara's nickname is the Big Chill.
Okay.
He's big, 6'4", 215, and long and strong.
Deep and playable on the track. Almora.
So no signs of rustiness at all for Hendricks, despite the long delay between starts. Heavily on that fastball changeup combination. Talk so much about his changeup. It's a great pitch. Fastball command is where it all starts for any pitcher. This is impeccable. So I mentioned earlier that Adrian Beltre is number 2 on the all-time games played list at third base behind Brooks Robinson. Do you care to hazard a guess at numbers 3, 4, and 5?
Third base.
All modern era players.
Brett Schmidt?
No. Neither one of those guys. I mean, they're probably just, I'm assuming they're somewhere between 5 and 10 on that list.
Okay. Think about it.
One of them wore a Cubs uniform.
Ron Santo?
No, sir.
Aramis Ramirez?
No, sir.
Lined into center. Rangers now out hitting the Cubs 3-2. Am I going to kick myself going, of course?
Well, all the guesses you've made are legitimate guesses. Right. So
games played at third base.
It is not Ron Say. I came from the truck.
That's a strike on Fielder. The other three are not active, right? They're modern.
Correct. Yeah, these guys would have played in the 80s, 90s,
Matt Williams,
70s for one of them.
Wow. You're locking me up.
One of these gentlemen, number 5 on the list, enjoyed a nice piece of chicken.
Oh, Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs.
Okay, I was thinking of Wade Boggs. Didn't mention it. And he was number 5. Okay.
Number 4 played for the Cubs. You don't think of him primarily
Chipper
as the
Jones?
Cubs. No.
Okay.
You might think rodent.
Swing and a miss. Gary Gaetti.
Gary Gaetti, number 4. Greg Nettles, number 3.
Okay. Wow. That's a good question.
I know.
I like it.
Sunday night, get ready for a brand new episode of Beer Money. It's Chicago's favorite sports trivia show, where fans test their knowledge for a chance to win cash. Beer Money, presented by Coors Light, Sunday at 7 on CSN Chicago.
This is how precision listens. Bose microphones that hear engine noise, then counter it with the sound-canceling frequency, which helps make the cabin so quiet, you don't miss a thing.
Night, Dad.
Good night, kiddo.
It's called active noise cancellation, and it's available in the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Now get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles in stock. That's over $10,600 cash back on this Sierra SLT Crew Cab.
Summer's here, but we're the ones bringing the heat. Consider this your invitation to the Dodge Summer Clearance Event. During 1 week to deal, get $4,000 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash when you finance a 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan.
Follow in-game live on CSNChicago.com, presented by State Farm. Kyle Hendricks dealing today. Martin Perez has been very good as well in his Wrigley Field debut. Bryant Rizzo Contreras here in the bottom of the 6th. The lefty deals. 1-1 on Chris Bryant. He's flied to left and to right. Ranger outfielders playing very deep, even with the wind blowing in. That ball will land in front of Ryan Rua. Leadoff single. Leadoff man aboard for the first time today.
Well, middle of the order getting their 3rd look at Perez. See if they can do a little damage here. Perez has been very efficient. Just 68 pitches made to this point.
Time called. Rangers made a move today in terms of their 25-man roster as well. Get to that here in a moment. Strike on Rizzo. Right-hander Keone Kela activated and reinstated from the 60-day disabled list. To make room for him, they placed lefty Jake Diekman on the DL. He has a lacerated left index finger. Apparently the injury occurred As Rizzo sends one high and deep to right. Back toward the wall. Off the wall. Bryant on his way to third. Rizzo's got a double. And the Cubs have runners at second and third with nobody out. The wind was the only reason that ball wasn't a two-run homer.
First two times up, outs on the ground. This time Anthony gets the ball airborne. Mazzara out there dealing with the basket, leaves his feet. He was in position to make a play on that ball. He got a little bit lost as to where he was. You see Brian reading it, and then once he sees it down, off he goes.
Great chance to tack on here. Contreras at the plate. And Rizzo now with a 10-game hitting streak. Back up the middle. Fielder in on the grass. And ball one. Yeah, Jake Diekman apparently went to Cheers in Boston and got a glass Cheers mug of some kind and had it in his bag or whatever and reached in. It had chipped and he cut his finger on the glass. And he's on the DL.
Never reach with your pitching hand.
Right. Now, is that easier said than done?
Yes, of course. And he's been a big part of their bullpen. You remember him with the Phillies. He's nasty, especially against left-handed hitters. Well, just a little something. Just nudge one out there to the middle of the diamond and you get a very important run home. We might have higher aspirations now that it's 3-1.
There it is. He walked into loading.
Fred's a little defensive there, understandably so at this stage of the ball game. The way Hendricks is going along, he knows a couple runs could really spell the end of his day. There's Doug Brocail, the pitching coach, out to have a chat. Brocail's been in the game a long time. He and Jeff Bannister, the manager of the Rangers, they met in 1987 when they were both playing A-ball during a brawl on the field. And the story goes, they're both big, strong, high-energy guys, and the Bannister in that little brawl put a pretty good punch on Brocail. Really don't want to mess with either one of those guys.
Right-hander Tony Barnett up in the Ranger bullpen. So Russell with the bases loaded and nobody out. Cubs already lead by a run. Perez will go from the wind and the pitch.
And Russell seeing it well today. He's hit the ball very hard both times up. One out double in the second, then a rocket for an out to Beltre last time in the fourth.
Third. kick, the pitch off the outside. 2-1. You can just see it in his face. He is just pressing for every inch here, trying to get every call he can and get out of this tough spot. You see working the edges. Ground ball, base hit. Bryant will score. Rizzo around third. He's in. The throw goes to third. Everybody safe. Cubs lead 3-0.
Well, have a day, Addison Russell. 3 good plate appearances. This time right back through the middle to plate 2. Russell, for whatever reason, far better at home this year. Got a 901 OPS at Wrigley this year, 595 on the road.
First and third, nobody out. Goes to first. Single, double, walk, single. 2 runs in. Carl Edwards Jr. is up. Another former member of the Rangers farm system.
Yeah, Joe, I'm sure in no hurry to get Kyle Hendricks out of this ball game the way he's performing, but if there's an at-bat, an opportunity here to add on when if Hendricks' spot comes up here in this inning, he may go for it. Get a fully loaded and fresh bullpen.
Inside on Hayward. And the professor sits and watches. A 3-0 lead here in the 6th. Hayward needs to walk that one off.
Kyle probably doing some computing there. So I now have a 96.7% chance of winning this ball game.
Right-handed batter on deck. This might be it for Perez, facing the lefty Hayward, and a chopper to first. Fielder has Contreras caught up. Bad throw, and it went out of play. For 4-0.
Tough to make Yankee throw with the moving feet. Contreras does a nice job slamming on the brakes here and going into disco mode.
Fielder's choice and an error on Fielder. And again, has not played a lot of first base this year, mostly as a Texas designated hitter. So 4-0 infield in, second and third. Still nobody out. And a strike.
Which way am I going?
Here comes the 0-1. It's in off the plate. Two and one.
He had been very efficient, working awfully hard here in the sixth. As you might expect, really slowing things down as well.
It's a sign from Chirinos. Ground ball to third. Beltre will make the play. Runners holding. Here comes Almora. Kyle Hendricks at 87 pitches through 6. Matt Caesar has jumped into the on-deck circle for Kyle. So we'll see if it gets to that spot. And the assumption is it will. Here, only one out in the inning. Hendricks will be done after 6. Fly ball, center field, not deep. Desmond is in, and the runners will hold. And a good throw by Desmond. Good choice by Gary Jones and Addison Russell to hold at third. And here is Caesar for Hendricks.
Yeah, 2 big outs recorded by Perez here. Keeping this a manageable situation for the Rangers, and now big opportunity for Caesar to pick up his teammates.
Rested bullpen. It will be up to them the rest of the way. So Kyle's ERA down to 2.41. Came in 6th in the major leagues in earned run average. And Caesar, base hit, 2 more will score. Russell, Hayward, 6-0.
Yep, that's picking up your teammates right there. Off the bench, Caesar wastes no time. First pitch he sees. Pings it right back through the middle of the diamond. Bannister maybe waited a hitter too long.
Well, that's it for the starter. Cubs have put up 5 here to take a 6-0 lead in the 6th, and we'll be right back.
With my moderate to severe Crohn's disease, I was always searching for ways to manage my symptoms. I thought I had it covered. Then I realized managing was all I was doing. When I finally told my doctor, he said Humira was for people like me, who've tried other medications but still experience the symptoms of moderate to severe Crohn's disease. In clinical studies, the majority of patients on Humira saw significant symptom relief, and many achieved remission.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
If you're still just managing your symptoms, ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
$1 window siding and door installation, 102 Pine Street.
Let's go, guys.
It's Feldco to the rescue with $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Plus no money down and no interest until 2018. It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year.
That's $1.
$1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Hurry, $1 installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Welcome back. The Newborn Fan Club is the perfect gift for parents of tiny cubs to showcase what it means to be a Cub for life. Receive a customized photo of the Wrigley Field marquee, a Cubs birth certificate, baby stocking cap, and unique Cub onesie. Visit Cubs.com/kids for more information.
It is time for the Weber sauces and seasonings call to the pen. Call grilling flavor up to the bigs. Right-hander Tony Barnett. Zobrist hits left-handed against the righty Barnett, who was born in Anchorage, Alaska, to high school in Auburn, Washington. Product of Arizona State.
Spent the last 6 years in Japan. Originally drafted and signed by the Diamondbacks in 06.
Central Arizona College, then ASU. The 1-1 is a strike. '36th Major League appearance, all this year.
Fastball, curve, cutter, and a split.
The ball on that back hit. Well, number 43 with the long dark hair, Dennis Eckersley.
Got a little going on. Yeah, absolutely.
Full count, 3-2. Big 6th inning. Cubs have played it 5. Action pitch. Caesar takes off. Zobrist takes ball 4.
So everybody's had a turn to bat in this inning. Here comes Bryant for the second time. And that trying to get Zobrist to chase that off-speed pitch down. That's usually a losing proposition. He doesn't go out of the zone very much.
Leadoff single for Bryant earlier this inning. Deep drive to center. Wynn's going to knock it down. Desmond makes the grab. Cubs put 10 to the plate, and half of them score. It's 6-0 as we go to the 7th.
Frank, Tina tells me your new Buick has built-in Wi-Fi.
Your Buick has Wi-Fi?
Seriously?
Seriously? So I can update my blog from your car?
You have a blog?
Can I have the password?
Can I get my hedge clippers back?
It's a strange password. You know, you should put numbers in there.
Available built-in Wi-Fi. That's expectation shattering. That's the new Buick.
Now get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on these select 2016 Buick vehicles in stock. That's over $10,500 cash back on this Enclave.
From the first building block to the last coat of paint, Menards is here to help. Get an 11% rebate on everything in the store, including thousands of sale items. Whether you're remodeling your house or creating a backyard getaway, you'll save 11% on all of it, so you can finish your latest project and start planning the next big thing. Get building with an 11% rebate on everything, even sale price items. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Yeah, not us.
Nah, no reruns here.
Yeah, we have X1 from Xfinity.
Everybody crochet tonight.
I think we'll just stick with our TV shows.
Don't fall for DirecTV. Get 4 times more TV shows and movies on demand with Xfinity. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
Cubs leading 6-0, and they will go into the bullpen. It is right-hander Carl Edwards Jr.
A small sample so far, but good work for Carl. He's pitched to a 1.69 ERA, 10 2/3 innings. He's allowed just 4 hits, walked 3, struck out 12.
48th round pick of the Rangers in 2011. Made his major league debut last year with the Cubs. And we have a special guest in the booth. It's Harry. Hi, Harry.
Well, all right, this is great to be here. I'm up here with Len and Jim. I mean, does it get any better than this at Wrigley Field? First game back after the All-Star break?
It does not.
Good to have you, Harry.
Oh, it's so great to be here, Jim. I just was over talking to Pat and Rod Coomer. What a hoot those guys are. I'll tell you what. I don't know what they're called. It sounds like a horse race or something over there.
Here is Ryan Rua. And a strike, 96 from Edwards. So Kyle Hendricks got the start today. Harry, he was traded once for Ryan Dempster. What do you think of that deal?
Smart move. I mean, get rid of an old aging pitcher for a guy who can finally help your team. It seems like it makes sense. If you ask me, I don't know how much of a genius that Epstein cat is.
1-1 the count. Big swing and a miss.
He should throw that pitch again.
Why's that?
Well, because he swung and missed, Jim. If he just does that every time, they won't get any hits and nobody will get on base.
Here's a 1-2. He did. Good call, Harry.
Well, you know, listen, the game's easy from up in the booth. I get that. But sometimes you just got to do what we say, lad. You know that.
You're right. You're right. I like the glasses, by the way.
Thanks. These are my non-prescription. So if I get the names wrong, don't hold it against me.
There's Andrews. How would we say that backwards?
Oh, Andrews said backwards is Surnina. I just love his first name, Elvis. I remember Dutchie and I sitting around, you know, drinking a little toasty drink after dinner, listening to Elvis for hours on end, dancing in our living room together. So many good memories.
Spent a little time with Elvis, did you not? Didn't you?
A few nights, you know, those ones we don't like to talk about, Jim. But, you know, sometimes what happens on tour with Elvis stays on tour with Elvis.
2-1. Chirinos on deck.
Well, Harry, I assume you're going to sing today.
I tell you what, I am so excited to be back here and to be able to sing the 7th inning stretch. It has been too long. It's my favorite song. And I'm just over the moon that you guys would ask me to come in the booth, spend a little time, and sing an amazing song with the fans.
3-2. Bob on Twitter. You know what Twitter is, Harry?
I have no idea. Twitter, that's got to be something a bird does.
Well, Bob on Twitter asked if you could have a little bit of a louder sport coat today.
Well, you know, I mean, if Bob on Twitter, that's a great catch, by the way. If Bob on Twitter would just look at my pants, then I could get over that, the fact. Look at those, Bob. See, sometimes the party's upstairs and sometimes the party's down below. And today I'm going loud pants with a nice crisp sport coat. I'm on that Atkins diet, which has been incredible, by the way. You just eat a ton of meat and steaks and ribs and all kinds of stuff. Coated cheese. Absolutely just the way to go.
Here's the catcher, Chirinos. Strike one.
You could have a steak chirinos. You're allowed anything with meat. It's incredible. Of course, I do got to admit I cheat every once in a while with an ice cold bud.
Of course you do. There's the 0-1. Outside 96 with that cutting action.
These scoreboards look amazing.
They do. Now don't get nervous, but when you sing, they're going to put you also up on the board.
On that board right there.
Yes.
Oh, man. Please put a shade over that thing. Nobody wants to see this mug, I promise you that.
Swing and a miss.
I've known Chris Bryant and express that if I could say that holds true. What a handsome young kid that is. If you're going to build a team around a ball player, you could pick 5 or 6 guys on this team, but that kid right there, that's somebody I want my daughter to marry.
2-2, swing and a miss. All right, here we go, Harry. Time for the Mazda 7th inning stretch.
Former Cubs pitcher Ryan Dempster. All right, Cub fans. Let me hear you loud. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right, let's get some runs.
The 7th inning stretch is presented by Mazda. In every car we make, you'll see why driving matters.
36 hours ago, you were Jeff and Susan. Now, you're Mom and Dad. But you've got this. You read the baby manuals, you baby-proofed the house, bought yourself a safe SUV, and you're totally ready for this. Right? The Mazda CX-5.
My Bobo-Pedic Hybrid Queen Mattress Set, an untouchable value at just $9.99.
Hey, Bob, can I try one?
Sure.
Our Bobo-Pedic Hybrid Queen Mattress Set is $1,300 less than the Tempur-Pedic Flex Prima. Both have individually wrapped coils and space-age memory foam, but our Bobo-Pedic adds cooling gel and a 20-year warranty versus their 10. That should have you sleeping like a baby.
How was that? Nailed it. A little Bob's goes a long way.
Cubs lead 6-0. Anthony Rizzo will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th. Harry, nice job with the stretch.
I gotta admit, I was a little bit nervous.
No.
I haven't sung like that since late night karaoke. But what a phenomenal moment! These incredible fans, and it's so great to be here and do that. What an honor.
Tony Barnett still working for the Rangers. Pitch to Rizzo's hit a ton, but pulled foul. Harry, I want to ask you about Ryan Dempster's career. I referenced him earlier. A longtime Cub. 9 years here on the north side. Won a World Series ring with the Red Sox. Canadian born. He had a pretty good major league career, didn't he?
You know what? He was serviceable. I look at what he did on the field, and he gave his all. You know what I liked about him? He did that. It meant a lot to him to be a good teammate. It meant a lot to him to give 100% when he was out there, even if he wasn't feeling 100%.
Right.
To do whatever the team needed him to do to try and help win a ball game, even though it didn't always turn out that way.
Rizzo fouls, still 1-2. He started, he closed. What do you think he would have said he preferred to do? Did he like to be the first pitcher of the game or to get that final out?
I think he liked to be the first pitcher of the game and still get the final out.
There you go. And he completed 11 games. So he did that 11 times. You know, you're pretty sharp, Harry. I got to tell you, that's a good answer.
Thank you. You know, at the end of the day, I think the 4 days off for golf really played into his favor. I mean, Jim knows to be a starting pitcher, there's nothing like it. There's a lot of pressure on your 5th day. You better show up and post, but there's nothing like those 4 days off in between to light a hot foot on somebody in the dugout.
Bounce back to the pitcher. Barnett will make the play.
Yeah, or perhaps even just work on an impersonation or two in the dugout. Polish something up.
So much free time, the things that you could come up with and do as a starting pitcher. I always said they should all have some sort of babysitter. Every starting pitcher should have somebody that makes sure they're not getting themselves. You know, they say, oh, it's up to them. Well, are you kidding me? Those guys, who knows what they're doing in between innings up at that clubhouse.
Here's Contreras.
That's just fun to say. Contreras just sounds like a homer. I don't know why.
Swing and a miss.
Hey, chance to visit with Joe Madden. Have you gotten to know him a little bit?
You know what? I haven't, and I feel terrible. I showed up late today. I'm not going to lie. We had a little bit of a late night, early morning yesterday. But what a great job he's doing here. Getting the best out of all these players, not just the young ones, the veteran ones. Has a way with people. You know, you watch him, his interviews, it's genuine. That's not fake. You can't make that stuff up. You don't show up to the park and talk like that if you're not a real person. He's progressive. He's nice. He's forward thinking. You know, he's not worried about his T-shirts are incredible. I mean, look at this guy. It's every day. It's a fashion icon. This guy with his glasses. I got to admit, I kind of like those, and his hair is pretty special as well.
There's a 1-2. Little flinch by Laz Diaz. That looked like a heart of the zone strike.
Laz was a little tight on Hendricks up in the zone. You see number 4 there, yeah. Quality pitch. Hang with him.
Contreras stays alive.
Yeah, I was thinking of that very thing, Harry, with Joe, with the hair and the glasses. So you guys have some similarities there.
Well, we go to the same barber and stylist. I found that out. I went this morning to get dolled up. Cheryl was taking care of me. She says, you know what? I see Joe. Sometimes he comes in here. I fix his hair up. I make sure his glasses are clean. You know, he's a lot more fit than I am. I got to say that.
Outside, 3-2. Ballpark has never looked better.
Oh, man, I tell you, from where this place, when I first started working here, to how it is now is is something special. This Ricketts family is one incredible ownership group putting together something really special here.
Called strike 3. 2 outs. Any plans the rest of the day and into the evening hours here on a Friday?
You know,
you've always enjoyed the Friday matinee, right?
Always. I always thought it was one of the best things they ever did here at Wrigley Field. You know, we get to go have a nice dinner before everybody else has played their game. They're all waiting to play, and we're already done. So I'm going to just see what happens. I'm going to take it as a night of improv and adjustments, and just have fun with it.
Tapper up along first is foul. There, look at this.
Oh, wow. Look at him. Right. What a handsome fellow that guy is. Joe Maddon's pretty attractive as well.
There's an owl-like quality to both of you fine fellows.
Well, you know, when the wind starts blowing, it's tough to keep it tamed down. There's only so much mousse and hairspray a man could put on his head.
Just got a nice note from former Cub Glendon Rush. He and the Lake Elsinore Storm are watching today. And Harry, they wanted to say hello.
Oh, Lake Elsinore, they got Glendon Rush there.
They do.
Xavier Dady. Somehow he got a job teaching about hitting. I don't know how that happened, but good for him. So many guys out there. I'll tell you what, it's always great to see the players that were once young grow old and then give back to the younger guys of today's generation. And those guys are really old, I gotta say.
Russell takes.
You better not. That's right. Every once in a while, there'll be a first base umpire. He gets an itchy, trigger finger down there. It's tricky trigger finger. That's what that is. Wants to throw it up. Not at home, pal.
1-2. Hayward on deck. Fouled upstairs.
Speaking upstairs, it was nice to see Keith, the security guard, on my way up.
Yeah. Keith Schramm.
Beautiful gentleman. Been here a long time.
Game looks easier from up here, as you mentioned earlier, right?
Also farther away.
Yes. There's Keith, not texting. He's in the background there. Sir, could you move to your right just a little bit?
Just take one step over to your left, sir. I'll tell you what, though, guys, no matter what happens this year, this is a great group of young ball players compiled for the Chicago Cubs, and I'm excited about the future.
In the dirt.
A great rotation. You got tons of great arms. You got these ball players who play the game the right way. To be a Cub fan right now in 2016 has to be as good a time as ever to be a Chicago Cub fan.
Totally agree. And Russell strikes out. Harry, thanks for stopping by today. Great job with the stretch.
Well, thanks for having me, Len. Chip, thank you so much. This is incredible.
Harry, everybody.
Go Cubs!
Cubs lead 6-0.
Already? Okay. With more selection and savings, you can rough it a little more comfortably at Meijer.
Yeah, like this right here.
The Ford Freedom Sales Event is on, and 0 for 72 is back on 2016 Ford Focus, Fusion, and Escape. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get an extra 1,000 smart bonus. That means freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 72 months. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get 1,000 smart bonus. Only at the Ford Freedom Sales Event.
If you feel like singing a song and you want other people to sing along, just sing what you feel. Don't let anyone say it's wrong. When there's a light, what light? There's there's a light. What light? There's a light. White light. I don't want to be alone.
All right, come and get it. Here we go.
With more selection and savings, you can put more on the grill at Meijer.
Our next broadcast of Cubs baseball here on CSN Chicago comes to you Tuesday night from Wrigley Field as they battle the New York Mets, and we'll have the first pitch for you at 6 on CSN Chicago. Rivalry has been rekindled for sure. Here's Travis Wood in the 8th. Cubs leading 6-0.
One of the busier pitchers in the league in the first half, so you know he enjoyed that time off for the break. We'll start the second half with a 3-0 record, a 2.97 earned run average. Very valuable piece of the Cubs bullpen. Pedro Strop warming up down in the pen.
Switch hitting Jurickson Kofar takes a strike. That one missed. Profar started the season at AAA playing shortstop, missed the last 2 years with right shoulder problems. He muscles one out into shallow left for a base hit. Profar still just 23 years old. Made his major league debut at 19 back in 2012. Now Odor is 1 for 3, caught stealing in the 3rd. Hey, nice work, Carl Edwards Jr. 1, 2, 3, 7. Hendricks went 6 shutout on just 3 hits. That's a strike. Jose Leclerc, a right-hander up in the Texas bullpen. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. I think it might be drizzling a little bit. Nothing serious.
I thought I felt a little drop a while back.
Yep. And that is a strikeout. So Odor missed it completely. In and out of the mid of Contreras. 1 away. Here's Desmond. Ball 1.
Yeah, missing down borderline down there. Travis Wood, part of his success this year, is throwing strike 1 a high percentage of the time.
Paid crowd today, 41,482.
Starting to rain with a little more intensity now.
Dialed back. Cubs grabbed the lead with a single tally in the second. Busted it open with 5 in the 6th.
Single, double, walk, single, and then a big error, throwing error on Prince Fielder. As it batted around +1 in that inning.
Bryant in foul territory makes the catch, 2 outs. Zara. Oh, strike. Down a little bit harder now. Outside for a ball. Clayton Richard back. So the Cubs with a couple of left-handers available in the bullpen these days. Rizzo can't get it. It's into right for a base hit. Now Beltre, and here comes Joe, and we'll probably ask for Pedro Strop. Call has been made. Cubs lead 6-0, 2 on, 2 down for the Rangers here in the 8th.
This is how precision listens. Bose microphones that hear engine noise, then counter it with the sound-canceling frequency, which helps make the cabin so quiet, you don't miss a thing.
Night, Dad.
Good night, kiddo. It's called active noise cancellation, and it's available in the new, meticulously crafted 2016 Sierra from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Now get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles in stock. That's over $10,600 cash back on this Sierra SLT Crew Cab.
In banking and baseball, you have to stay alert. With my Bank of America mobile banking app, I can select alerts that notify me when unusual activity is detected on my credit and debit cards. I used to play when I was younger. I love the outfield. All that green grass. Until the championship and the inside the park home run. Sure could have used an alert then. I missed lunch that day.
This summer, zero in on a Nissan. Save big with 0% for 72 months on Altima and Rogue, and no payments for 90 days. Plus, get $500 bonus cash or zero in on a low $189 per month lease on Rogue. Hurry, now's the time to zero in on big savings. 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, and $500 bonus cash ends soon.
Follow Cubs baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet.
Weber sauces and seasonings called to the pen. Call grilling flavor up to the bigs. Here's Pedro Strop against Adrian Beltre. 2 on. 2 out, 8th inning. Cubs lead 6-0.
Coming out of the break, you're looking for opportunities to get guys work, get them back into the flow of the season. With this comfortable lead, no need to extend Travis Wood in this situation. Got a dangerous right-handed batter up here.
Gets away, runners will advance.
That's one area where Wilson Contreras needs to improve a little bit is blocking balls. Not that they wouldn't advance on that pitch anyway, but has a tendency to try to pick the ball with his glove, and it's tougher to control that ball that way as opposed to getting the glove out of the way and just knocking it down with the chest protector and keeping it in front.
To third, Bryant's got it on the backhand. The throw to first on a hop. Rizzo there, out. Inning over. The two All-Stars team up to get the Cubs out of the eighth. Boy, this could have been all kinds of trouble. It's still 6-0.
Summer is here, and that means only one thing. It's time to get outside and enjoy the weather in a brand new Toyota RAV4. This SUV not only has a spacious cargo area and available bird's eye view camera, but it's also available as a hybrid with standard all-wheel drive. So take the Toyota RAV4 out for a test drive today. This is one vehicle sure to take you on amazing adventures all summer long. Lease a new 2016 RAV4 with 0 due at signing and 0 first month's payment. Or get 0% APR for 60 months on RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
The simple truth is, sometimes life isn't just. Someone crosses over the line, the best laid plans fail, or the sky falls, and lives are changed forever, and people suffer. And when that happens, you might find a system that is not just. That's the reason I began my career, because even when life isn't just, there can be justice, and everyone deserves justice.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up, just like at Mobile Phone Park.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends too.
There's a long drive and it's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook, just 25 minutes southwest of Chicago.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan in our Comcast Sportsnet studios with a Sportsnet Central update presented by Bob's Discount Furniture, home of untouchable value. Tom Brady says he will serve his 4-game suspension from Deflategate. Patriots quarterback decided against appealing to the U.S. Supreme Court. In other news, Broncos and Von Miller have agreed to the largest contract for a defensive player in NFL history. 6 years, $114 million. Join that guy over there, Todd Hollandsworth, and me for Cubs post-game live after the game. Now back to Len and Jim.
Cap, thank you. Toast to the game is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot, and we're going to give it to the Cubs defense. Some big plays here. Contreras with the caught stealing. Almora with the catch. Rizzo and Hendricks teaming up. And then Bryant and Rizzo. Nice play by Baez again. Benny's Beverage Depot, the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. 22-year-old Jose Leclerc. Swing and a miss. Jason Hayward.
Rookie right-hander. Giddy up on that heater. Has a real nice change-up.
It's his third major league appearance.
How big his hands are. Just dwarfing that baseball.
He signed with Texas, with the Dominican Republic back in 2010. Just getting his major league career started. Mostly in the minors as a reliever. Did make 22 starts last year at Double-A. 2-1 the count.
You got a brother that was also signed by the Rangers back in 2010 and then selected by the Red Sox in the minor league phase of the Rule 5 draft this past offseason. Not a real big guy, 6 foot tall, $1.90.
Leadoff walk. Hefty home run leaders. Chris Bryant leading the team and the National League. Here's Baez. Big swing by Javi.
Things went south for Ranger starter Martin Perez in a hurry here today. Final line on him: 5 2/3, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks and a strikeout.
The 0-1 way inside. Former Ranger. Joe's trying to get all the guys with Texas Rangers ties into the game today. Justin Grimm up in the bullpen. Here's the 1-1. Line drive, base hit, center field. 2 on, nobody out. Second hit for Baez today. Nobody out. And the pitch to Almora Jr. is over for a strike. Everything else later tonight. We mentioned Red Sox and Yankees will battle in New York. The Pirates are in Washington. Liriano and Strasburg. Steven Strasburg goes into that start 12-0 on the year. Cardinals hosting the Miami Marlins. Wei-Yin Chen and Jaime Garcia. Pulled foul. And Quicken Loans Rocket Arms. You see Steven Strasburg's fine first half. Beltre, not a great throw. They will still turn it, however. Odor with a nice late adjustment. 5-4-3.
The throw off line, nice adjustment by Odor, and then he makes sure he stays on the base. And then a couple stutter steps to right himself and flip that ball onto first to just barely get Almora.
Tommy La Stella off the bench to pinch hit. And he takes ball 1 outside.
Joe Madden's got a nice little right-left combo on his bench, doesn't he, with Caesar and La Stella? Does he give him a good AB in the pinch? One from the right side, one from the left.
Caesar knocked in 2 with his single in the 6th. Yeah, the quality of the at-bats For these two guys has been impressive, particularly considering how young they are. In sporadic playing time. 3-0. How you doing over there? You warm enough?
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cooled
not bad.
off.
Not bad.
And the fans in shorts and t-shirts, but then coming off the lake.
We're in a big mister right now.
Yeah. He walked him. Second walk of the inning. It's been a problem here early on in the bigs for Leclerc.
So Steve Buechele there flashing some signs. Former Cub. Buechele's son apparently is going to be the quarterback at the University of Texas this year.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. And Steve, when he played at his college ball at Stanford, was a roommate of John Elway's.
Steve was a Cub, part of 92, 93, 94, 95.
And in fact, Steve and I were teammates along with Joe Madden and Spike Owens, a little mini reunion here at that Boulder team, college summer league team in 1980. Joe was more or less a player coach. Buechele and Spike were on the infield. Zobrist, normally very patient, but he's also a very smart hitter, and I'd be surprised to see him to turn it loose here if he gets a cookie here on 2-0. Or would I be surprised to see him be taking all the way? Nothing he can do would surprise me.
Key to being a good analyst is to have a bailout plan. Missed again, 3-1. So
yeah, you got to hedge your bets.
8 walks, just over 5 innings at this level. Doesn't matter how good your stuff is, you are asking for trouble. 3-2. Bryant's on deck.
And for some guys, it's just a skill that they don't have, the ability to throw the ball where they want to a high percentage of the time. For other guys, it's a matter of trust. Get to the big leagues and you just treat everybody like they're Babe Ruth.
Popped into shallow left. Rua is in, and he makes the grab, and we'll go to the ninth. All Cubs today, 6-0.
You hear that? That's the sound of our summer sale firing up its engines, with fares as low as $69 one way. So get ready to take off, because sale prices as low as these don't happen every day. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I had a question about the Ace Rewards program.
I reminded Hunter he'll earn rewards points on everything he buys.
Ace is a place where anyone can save with an Ace Rewards card, even those with a PGA Tour card.
Head into Ace and join Ace Rewards. Members enjoy exclusive benefits every day, including instant savings in-store, money-saving coupons, and much more. Join now and earn $5 off your next purchase. Only at Ace.
It's a golden opportunity to discover that in a Lexus SUV, there are no adverse conditions.
Blue sky, smiling at me.
Nothing but blue skies do I see.
Blue days, all of them gone.
For a limited time, get some of our best offers of the year at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2016 RX 350 for $419 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
We head to the top of the ninth. Cubs lead 6-0. Justin Grimm, next man out of the chute. And he's working for the 41st time. No wins, no losses. A .534 earned run average. He got off to a very nice start, then hit a little bit of a bump in the road. A little better of late. 5 scoreless outings to finish the first half. Obviously a very important piece of the Cubs bullpen. So Joe Madden hoping that the Grimm is able to continue that most recent trend. Most alarming there when you look at the splits of the batting average by left-handed hitters against Grimm. He's been one of those righties that prior to this year has been very good at shutting down left-handed hitters.
Fielder will start it. And ball 1. Starters, the pitchers of record if this score holds up. Kyle Hendricks will grab his 8th win. Against 6 losses. Perez came in 7-5.
Justin, a 5th round pick of the Rangers in 2010. As this parade of former Rangers continues.
1-2. 27 years old. Carl Edwards Jr., Mike Olt, Justin Grimm for Matt Garza.
July of 2013, and then Neil Ramirez came along as a player to be named later. And Neil has resurfaced with the Twins now. His odyssey continues.
Yeah, he's been a Cub, a Brewer, and now a Twin here in 2016. The pitch lifted to left. Zobrist foul ground and came up a little short.
He was there, influenced likely by the bullpen mounds.
And the phone is also over there up along that sidewall. Been a lot of treacherous objects to try to navigate. Mark DeRosa, when he came back here to Wrigley Field with Cleveland over in right field, ran right into that phone once.
I thought you were implying that the phone was ringing, perhaps, and he was distracted.
No.
Do I catch it or do I answer the phone?
Talking about maybe ribs being bruised. How about that play by Baez? Knew he had time with Fielder running. That'll go 4-1. More excellent defense.
Anthony Rizzo gets a little piece of this one, changes direction, slows it down, but even with that, and with the
3-4
going down the line, and so the second time today that play has developed. Like the earlier one, there wasn't a deflection, but it was a slow ground ball that Baez had to travel a long way for.
One away. Here's Rua. A stellar defense by the Cubs all afternoon. That's a strike. 0-2. Cubs have now used 5 pitchers today. One and two. 3 of them used to be in the Rangers organization. Should say 4 of them. Pedro Strop spent some time in the Rangers chain as well. This will be out number 2. Hayward's got it.
Some folks have tucked back up underneath to take cover. Others hanging in there, willing to get wet to finally see the 27th out here.
There's Andrews. Strop made his major league debut as a Ranger in 2009. Look out. Curve got away.
Plenty of firepower in this Rangers lineup, but they've been quiet today.
Spencer Patton's probably sitting in the bullpen going, I don't get in there today. I pitched for Texas last year. Two-0 from Grimm. Popped him up. Not sure if there's room. There is not for Contreras. Darvish and Hamill tomorrow. Hamels and Lackey on Sunday. Driven to center. Almora racing after it. He's got it. Cubs win. Nice capper.
Fitting way for this ball game to end. Another outstanding defensive play. That's not an easy chance at all. That line drive over the center fielder's head. Good break on it by Almora. And then great concentration, staying with it, putting it away for the final out. What a great way to start the second half. Hendricks outstanding here today. One big inning. Addison Russell had a big day and a nice W.
So they bookend the break with wins on Sunday in Pittsburgh to snap a 5-game losing streak, and they hold serve today, and will wake up tomorrow with at least a 7-game lead in the division. So make sure you join us Tuesday night at 6 o'clock here on CSN for Game 2 as the Cubs host the New York Mets. We've got more to come. Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs postgame live coming up. Once again, final score today, the Cubs 6 and the Rangers nothing. Stay tuned. More to come here on CSN.
That's how you come out of the All-Star break. Solid starting pitching, enough offense, good defense. Cubs win. Cap and Holly with you. It's our Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post game alive. That was how you start the break.
Oh, man, I tell you what, that was a convincing win. It was great to see. Everything went perfectly in this ballgame. Maybe you want to say you want a little bit more offense. Maybe we could have had a couple more big innings if you want. But you know what? Kyle Hendricks, outstanding job, set the stage, gave his team an opportunity to get a big inning. They went out and got themselves a big inning. You pair that with the defensive plays that we had. Great to see. Big victory against a solid Texas Rangers team.
All right, we'll take you through all the highlights. You'll hear from Joe Madden. You'll hear from Kyle Hendricks. We've got it all for you, and it's so nice to start like that.
Knock the dust off these things.
That's it. Cubs win 6-0. We'll be right back.
This is Coach Q at the new Benny's Beverage Depot in Lincolnwood. You should have seen this place 3 months ago. Today it's the largest wine, spirits, and beer superstore on the North Shore. As they say, if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
When a moment turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempus for pulmonary hypertension, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis and a $200 savings card.
Honda knows that excitement comes in many forms, like impressive acceleration when you're alone on the road, or the confidence of advanced technology that helps look out for you when you're not. It's why the CR-V has available collision mitigation braking systems to help avoid crashes before they happen. Nothing compares to a Honda. The Honda CR-V, the best-selling SUV in America.
Your home, your auto. They just go together. Combine your home and auto insurance with State Farm. Save time and money. Just another way we're here to help life go right. Talk to your State Farm agent today.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Audi, truth in engineering. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Toyota, discover more in a Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Let's go places. This is Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois.
Driven to center, Almora racing after it. He's got it. Cubs win.
Albert Almora was outstanding in center field. Kyle Hendricks, tremendous on the hill. He improves to 8-6. Martin Perez falls to 7-6. 6-7-0, a whole lot better than 0-5-2. Cubs win. Hello, welcome into Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, along with Todd Hollingsworth. I'm David Kaplan. The offense came through when the offense had to come through. They got the run early from the Javi hit, and then they broke it open.
Well, that's the lead, and Kyle made that stand up, but then you get the big inning, and that's really what I was hoping for. I mean, even there were moments during the losing streak where we watched this team respond. Even think back to an Anthony Rizzo homer, I believe, at the front end of that Pittsburgh series, that first game there, where you kind of regained the lead. That right there, where you had the 1-0 lead, the 5 spot that you put up in the 6th inning, that was the convincing lead that you had. That's what you were looking for right there. And it was hit after hit after hit, and then Caesar coming in, pinch hit, 2-run single, icing on the cake. Great to see. So a great performance, great defense as well in this game.
All right, without further ado, let's get right to the highlights from today's ballgame. Bottom second, Addison Russell picks up the Cubs' first hit of the second half. He smokes a double into left field, and I said earlier, he looked great in batting practice today. And he checks in at second. Cubs are in business with 1 out. 2 batters later, after Jason Hayward's ground out moves into third, Javi Baez delivers, and the Cubs have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, 2 great at-bats right there, Cappy, from both right-handed hitters. That's the one side of the plate that Martin Perez has struggled with this year.
All right, now we go bottom 6. Still a 1-0 game. The Cubs are going to smash this thing wide open after a leadoff single by Chris Bryant. He gets the Cubs rolling. Anthony Rizzo is going to come oh so close to leaving the building. He thought he got it. He didn't. He just missed. Off the top of the ivy. Bryant into third. He had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. Rizzo into second. And then Addison Russell delivers again. Base hit. Bryant and Rizzo both score. Cubs up 3-0. Now the next batter is Jason Hayward. Ground ball to first. The Prince fielder, whoops, throws it way over the head of Adrian Beltre. That will bring a run home, Holly.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, it's exactly what happened right there. You watch Contreras, he gets down the line, starts dancing a little bit. Watch Prince fielder, never gets his shoulders square into the throw. Threw that ball wide open, left shoulder pointing towards home. Well, you know what? That's Little League. I love it. You know, just a little flavor to it. I'm not going to take it any more than that. The Prince fielder never closes up and launches one down the left field line.
And then Matt Caesar pinch hits for Hendricks, lines a single up the box. 2 more score. It's 6-0 Chicago. All right, time for our Elk Grove pitching recap. Take a look at the numbers. Not a good day for Martin Perez. An excellent day for Kyle Hendricks. For Perez, 5 2/3 of 6 hit, 5 earned. I believe he got 5 earned. He walked 2, struck out 1 through 89 pitches, leaves with an L. Kyle Hendricks, 6 solid innings of just 3 hit, no run baseball. Continues to bring that ERA down. He's in the top 7 in Major League Baseball.
Well, again, Kyle Hendricks today, if I told you he had 12 strikeouts, he got 18 outs in the ballgame, right? He goes 6 innings. He gets 12 ground ball outs and 3 strikeouts. That's 15. He had 3 balls in the air. On a day in which the wind was blowing in, he was doing his job. The defense was doing their job behind him. Outstanding changeup. We talked about the fastball command. And, again, it's something else that is always a key ingredient. I talk about it all the time. At the Major League level, hitters, they gain the knowledge from experience and playing at the big league level. They can watch video all they want. They want to know where arm slots are. They want to know how pitches work. They need to see it. Well, coming into this ballgame, Martin Perez really had no history against the Cubs. Kyle Hendricks had no history against the Rangers. I thought that was going to be a huge asset for him and that changeup in the ballgame today, and it's exactly how it played. You watched how those Texas Rangers hitters were getting out on their front foot as if they hadn't seen the Bugs Bunny changeup before.
And how funny is it that Kyle Hendricks had never faced the Rangers yet? That's the team that drafted him, right? So he did have a little history with the organization.
Well, sure, maybe a little payback. I don't think that Kyle's the type of guy that's like, I want to stick it to him. I think he thinks that way every time he takes the ball, but it is good to see. You always kind of carry that around in your back pocket. I played for a few organizations. Every one of them, once you move on, you're like, I want to get them back a little bit. I remember leaving Colorado, going back to L.A. for the first time. I was as focused as if they were playoff games.
What, 8, 9 different teams? How many?
8.
It's all right. Got a nice jersey collection. Let's talk about Martin Perez, because you said to me before the game they stacked the lineup with righties, and that's what did the damage.
Well, I mean, it's what he struggled with. I mean, the things that stand out and what he comes into the ballgame today, on the road, walking more hitters than striking out, and you see that actually play itself out in this ballgame as well. A couple of walks. Now, that wasn't what got him in trouble. That is one thing that has gotten him in trouble this year. But again, you saw in the 6th inning how the Cubs hitters were able to string together at bats. Now, he was not helped out by his defense, but when you pitch to contact, you put an emphasis on your defense. Again, it's how Kyle Hendricks operates, especially we've seen him do it in this ballgame. For Martin Perez, he needed his defense to make some plays behind him. They let him down. Then he couldn't come through and get those big outs. That secondary stuff was a little bit better. He was having some issues with it towards the end of the first half. He was on his game and thought, he's keeping this thing close. The Cubs hadn't really jumped him, but once the piling on started, there was no way he was going to stop it, and it felt like they might have probably should have gotten him out a little earlier than they did.
All right, lost among all the offense in this game, some defensive gems that the Cubs turned in, especially since the team struggled defensively the last few weeks of the first half of the season. Top third, watch Wilson Contreras. He's going to gun down Rougned Odor, stealing. And the tag by Javi Baez, outstanding.
Fantastic catch and release right there. Good throw right on the bag, little tailback into the base runner. You don't mind that when you're a catcher. Kind of leads you right into the tag. Able to nab Odor right there at the beginning of an inning and kind of get things shut down. You know, Kyle at the beginning of this ball game, I think it was 2 of the first 3 innings, got a few guys on early, but great defense bailed him out.
And here's a really nice play by Albert Almora. Closing speed was outstanding. May not have had to dive, but he did.
You catch that one standing up?
Yeah, maybe.
Almora, boy, he's been outstanding in center field. Gets great breaks. That's the thing. Whether he dives or not, you know what? I love to see the closing speed.
There's a really good play by Anthony Rizzo. Playing off the bag, Hendricks gets where he has to get to and makes the play.
Even think about the couple of times we've seen Anthony go in the hole, not make that play because the pitcher didn't catch it in that losing streak.
How about this play? Chris Bryant, he one-hops it, and Rizzo really makes a nice play. Pedro Strop loves it.
I don't think anybody really knows how difficult that play is. Now, I played a little bit of first base in my day as my career moved on, not a whole lot over there. Now, I did not have the ability to cross the bag like Anthony does. That is expertise first baseman play right there. You saw why was he on the outside of first base bag. He read the throw. That's the relationship that you have with your teammates on the infield. Sometimes when the ball's over there, if Chris Bryant's throw tails, if it's a quick throw like it was, ball down the line, sometimes his ball will tail just a little bit. Anthony knows this. It's already in his DNA. He gets it. He knows what's happening here. He's able to slide across the bag, use his opposite leg to hold the bag, and come up with a throw that is, I don't know, what, 5-6 feet up the line for an easy out. Did you see Adrian Beltre's reaction? Stunned.
Yeah, looked back and went, whoa.
He's like, what just happened? I'm out.
All right, our UPS store taking care of business. Player of the game is Addison Russell. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, a pair of RBIs, including a 2-run single or 6 that really broke the game open. And thank you, he gives me a key performer win.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I'd love to say about Addison. I know we want to keep this thing short. I think back to what Joe said during the All-Star break. And, you know, this Addison Russell, we may just see the best second half of his career, his short career, coming up because of that All-Star game and what comes out of it. But today, the leg kick, that's the one thing that stands out to me, Cappy. You talked about it a little bit, the great batting practice. If you watch his leg kick and that front foot get down, it is such a key for Addison Russell. When he does that, it's imperative that the front foot's down on time. He cannot start his swing until it is. And sometimes when you watch him get out of whack just a little bit, that leg is suspended in the air a little bit too long, and then he ends up kind of rushing himself through his swing. He was almost early today. By far had the best at-bats on anybody on the Cubs.
I talked to him after batting practice today and asked him about his experience in San Diego at the All-Star game, because there were some critics saying he didn't deserve it.
Yeah,
the Cub fan base got him in.
Right.
Corey Seager has big numbers. I get all that. He said, I can't begin to tell you how good that experience was for me. He said to be there and be in that environment, he goes, it just made me feel really, really good.
Well, and Joe talked about it before he got there. I mean, he singled him out, and I thought it was very interesting. I mean, Anthony Rizzo's been there, Chris Bryant's done it, and we've done the home run derby. And, you know, we know that these guys are going to go to the All-Star game more times than not throughout their careers. But when it comes down to it with Addison Russell, I also believe this of him, watching him perform from the day he got here, that he's that kind of athlete and he's going to end up going there. Now, we know his glove plays and the defense has always been there. We've looked for that offensive consistency. But you know what? He got it done. The fans got him in, and that's all it takes. Sometimes it's just that vote of confidence. We talk about it all the time as hitters. You're searching for it. When you find the confidence, you don't want to let it go, especially as a hitter. You want to get rolling. And right now, he looks like, you know, in the All-Star game, he believes now that he belongs. And then you see what he brings to the table the first game back in the second half. Why should we be surprised? I'm actually in the position where I believe we are going to see the best baseball we've seen from Addison Russell from now till the end of the season.
All right, time, let's go out to Wrigley. Joe Madden is sitting down to meet with the media, all brought to you by Xfinity.
So can you talk about the speed of your defense, how it compared to this game?
How about it? I mean, everybody's going to look at, 6-0, whatever. We pitched and really played defense today. It was outstanding. That's all I could really focus on, and I'll take it. If we do that, if we pitch and play defense the rest of the year, the run differential is going to be just fine. I mean, it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch us play defense today. The whole infield pretty much got involved. Albert, the 2 catches he made, including the one to end the game. The throw by Contreras was spectacular. That's what you want to see on a nightly basis, that kind of baseball.
Can you envision 7 possible Gold Glovers out of that group at some point?
Yeah. Yep. Yes. It's all in there. I mean, we've already got, has Riz ever won one?
Yep, not yet.
He should. Hayward's done it, right? Yeah, there's an entire group, and that's, I mean, everybody gets hung up on hitting all the time, and it's wonderful, and you got to score runs, I get it, but on a nightly basis, if you could pitch and play defense every night, you have a chance pretty much to win every night. So that was not lost on me. I was really impressed with the way we came out after a break, looked energized, and really played some defense. And don't forget Kyle. Kyle's one of the best pitchers in the National League right now. Nobody's talking about it. His ability to command his fastball, which permits the other pitchers to play off that. The contact is not very hard against him. Spectacular. Off a break, I couldn't have envisioned a better start regarding the way we played. I was pretty impressed with.
Since it was such a pregame conversation, I mean, based on one game, that rest looked like it carried over, like it meant something.
Of course it did. It did. When you're tired, you're going to make mistakes. The fatigue makes cowards out of all of us line from Lombardi. Never quite understood what that meant when I first heard it, but it's true. If you think about it in your own life, man, when you're a little bit fatigued, the decision-making is not nearly as good. Even the courage to attempt to do things is not as strong. Fatigue is really a nasty opponent. So when you get into that situation, man, it makes a difference. You do need rest. You do need to take care of yourself. So hopefully that's a harbinger right there. That's what we're supposed to look like. And I really enjoyed it from the dugout.
It's really saying
All
something.
right, there's Joe Madden, and he talked about rest. And you just said to me while we were listening that when your bat is slow and you're fatigued, you're self-defeated.
Well, you're self-defeated, but that's exactly where your mind is. It's on what you feel. I mean, that's what being a baseball player at the major league level is about. When you play every day or when you go through 24 straight, you realize those things. When your body's breaking down, or if you're getting the aches and the pains, or you're getting some extra treatment, and it's certainly part of playing every day. Every baseball player knows that. Or if the bat starts to feel a little heavy because you've just been grinding, your thoughts are on that. It's exactly that, and they're self-defeating thoughts, and you have to try to extinguish them, but it's not easy to do because it's a reality. The reality is the bat feels a little bit heavier right now because physically I'm a little bit torn down right now. So, I mean, I look again at that 24-game stretch as number one reason being fatigue, no doubt about it. Injury, some of that, inexperience with some of the other kids that got opportunities. It's just really what it is. I mean, what we saw today, doesn't it just explain everything when we saw how crisp and on time and great route running defensively in the infield and both in the outfield as well? I mean, we didn't come out and hit 5 home runs today. This wasn't, we just looked so great offensive. We had one big inning, but the pitching and the defense was absolutely stellar, and that's why you heard Joe Madden referring to it that way and complimenting it that way. That system, that game right there, plays any day of the week. You will win a lot of games if you go out there and you pitch that way and you play defense that way.
All right, time for a break here on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. When we return, there's help on the way for the Cubs bullpen. Theo Epstein talks trade deadline. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
If you feel like singing a song and you want other people to sing along, just sing what you feel. Don't let anyone say it's wrong. When there's a light, what light? When there's a light, what light? When there's a light, white light.
Chevrolet is the most awarded car company of the last 2 years.
Wow. Very impressive.
When you find a bonus tag at your Chevy dealer, you get additional savings.
That's awesome.
Anything that's bonus is beautiful.
That's nice.
I'm in love. I don't know what to tell you.
I'll take them all.
It's all happening at the Chevy Summer Sell Down.
She's going to make me sign right now.
Can we sign with you?
Qualified lessees can get this Chevy Malibu for around $199 a month. Plus, find your tag to get an additional $750 lease cash on select Malibu vehicles in stock. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Look at all these purchases you made with your airline credit card. Hold on, you only got double miles on stuff you bought from that airline? Let me show you something better. The Capital One Venture Card. With Venture, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase, not just airline purchases. Every purchase, everywhere, every day. No, really, double miles on all of them. What's in your wallet?
I want to see a fight. I want to see a fight that reminds me of the good old days, when fighters actually fought. I want to see the best against the best. No ducking, no excuses. Just two real undefeated champions that know when the bell rings, it's time to give the fans what they want.
Absolutely amazing.
A good, old-fashioned slugfest.
Crawford versus Postol. Saturday, July 23rd, live on DirecTV pay-per-view.
Why jump out of a perfectly good airplane? Why not? Chicagoland Skydiving Center was voted the best in the U.S. with a perfect safety record, a one-of-a-kind environment, and round-trip shuttle service from downtown Chicago. Come experience the greatest adventure in the area. Chicagoland Skydiving Center in Rochelle. Visit us at perfectlygoodairplane.com.
Sportsnet Central every night at 6:30, 10, 10:30, and midnight.
Time now for Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Who's hot and who's not in the second half of last season? Take a listen. Who's hot? How about Jason Hayward? 318 batting average, 397 OBP, 4 home runs, 29 RBIs in 69 games. Who not? Well, Jason Hamill, 5-3 with a 5.10 ERA, 12 home runs allowed, a 149 whip in 67 innings pitched. Welcome back to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Time for the Honda winning box score, and this one belongs to the Cubs. Zobrist at 0 for 3, but he did reach twice with walks. Chris Bryant 1 for 4. Anthony Rizzo 1 for 4. Big ringing double off the right field wall. Wilson Contreras had a walk and scored a run. Addison Russell, big day, a double, 2 RBIs. He's got 53 on the season and scored twice. 0 for 3 for Jason Hayward and a walk. Javi had 2 hits and an RBI. Albert Almora and Kyle Hendricks, 0-fers.
Well, not to be lost, you see it down there in yellow. Matt Caesar, huge pinch hit. I really think that was the exclamation mark that you were looking for in that big inning. It was good to see everybody kind of connect the dots there. Great to talk about Addison Russell and his at-bats. By the way, lined out as well. Probably should have had another hit in this ball game. But when it's a box score like that, where you've got one hot hitter and it's not a group of guys, I talk about it all the time. It's how you connect those guys. And we had the 5-run inning. That certainly took the wind out of the sails from the Texas Rangers. Any hope that they were going to bounce back, and you kind of keep them down. Listen, they got their big guy coming in tomorrow in Yu Darvish. They got Cole Hamels going. Remember what Cole Hamels did the last time he was at Wrigley Field in a Phillies uniform. So they got a couple of their aces going over the weekend. This was a big game. You wanted to get this one in the books.
All right, trade deadline a little more than 2 weeks away, and the Red Sox made the first move late last night. They traded for Padres all-star pitcher Drew Pomeranz. The Cubs, who could be in the market for starting pitching, are being proactive when it comes to improving their team. Here's what Theo Epstein told the Penn and Mike Club before today's game.
We're always looking to try to find long-term starting pitching. It's super important. Sometimes the trade deadline can be a better form for that than the offseason. Sometimes it's not. And then, this time of year, it's important to stay focused primarily on this year's club and living in the now. You can't think too far in advance in baseball, especially when you have a contending club and you have a chance to do something special. But always have one eye on opportunities that may not really help you until down the line as well.
Price for relief pitching on the trade market is exceptionally high right now. Cubs could be looking to fill those roles internally. Joe Nathan at Iowa right now rehabbing. Can he help the bullpen?
Well, certainly he can. I mean, I can't speak to what I've seen because I haven't seen anything, Cappy. I don't think too many of us have. But here's the thing. I know Joe Nathan personally. I've had him on my radio show a few times. This guy's a competitor. This guy can add something to the clubhouse. Now, I don't know what he's got left in the tank, but I will say this. There's something to be said for the process that he's putting himself through. Joe Nathan could very easily have walked away from the game of baseball, held his head high and said, I'm done.
And made a lot of money already.
And he's already done all those things. The fact that he is going through this to get himself back on the field, the way that he is going about it, to me, proves that he wants something, that he's hungry for it. So to answer your question, I would say yes. Again, I haven't seen it yet, but everything else tells me that the way he's going about his business leads to a positive answer.
Another guy Cubs picked up off of waivers, left-hander Brian Mattis, who is also currently in the minor leagues. Could he be the lefty they're looking for?
Maybe. He's got a good arm, no doubt about it. Certainly has done some good work with the Baltimore Orioles. At the same time, you know, Mattis was a starter at one point, found himself in the bullpen, but he's got a good arm. You'll see it, 91, 92, 93 miles an hour. You know, it's difficult to answer that question again because I don't know exactly where he's at right now, but I know, speaking from track record and what he was for the Baltimore Orioles, I don't know if you're going to put him in those high leverage situations, meaning the 8th or 9th inning, but you may see him fall into that role of left-handed specialist. He could potentially fill that role.
All right, time for one final break on Cubs Post Game Live, presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Coming up, we'll look back at Holly's keys to the game and preview the mound matchup for game number 2 in this series.
Frank, Tina tells me your new Buick has built-in Wi-Fi.
Your Buick has Wi-Fi?
Seriously? Seriously? So I can update my blog from your car?
You have a blog? Can I have the password? Can I get my hedge clippers back? It's a strange password. You know, you should put numbers in there.
Available built-in Wi-Fi. That's expectation shattering. That's the new Buick.
Now get cash back for 20% of the MSRP on these select 2016 Buick vehicles in stock. That's over $10,500 cash back on this Enclave.
Know you can keep your financial big picture under control. Know you can see how much you have to spend and whether you should transfer funds. Know you can easily keep track of what you're putting away. And know you're budgeted for the great escape. Thanks to Virtual Wallet by PNC.
Oh man, the show's pretty much over. Wish we could start it from the beginning. With DirecTV, you can.
You see, we got the power to turn back time. Let's start over, let's rewind. And let's go back and not quit the gym. And have a chance to say goodbye to Grampy and Tim. Oh, that's the power to turn back time.
Get the ultimate all-included bundle. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
From the first building block to the last coat of paint, Menards is here to help. Get an 11% rebate on everything in the store, including thousands of sale items. Whether you're remodeling your house or creating a backyard getaway, you'll save 11% on all of it, so you can finish your latest project and start planning the next big thing. Get building with an 11% rebate on everything, even sale price items. Now at Menards.
Save big.